Hello my dear friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Ani and today we will be talking about Atomic Habits by James Clear. Now this is one of my favorite books because I've been able to use this for the past week and really change my life using small little tricks to get me to do more exercise, eat healthier, be more mindful, get more work done while also feeling less stressed. This book is all about using habits to the best of their abilities and how we can use those habits to build good habits and break bad habits. I'm going to be sharing some of my favorite little tips and insights. If you want to see the entire summary of all the tips and tricks that you can use to build good habits, check out my blog post. My first favorite insight is the 1% better every day. It talks about how minor improvements that happen every day, 1% improvements every day, can improve your life 37 times, mathematically of course, over the span of a year. It shows how tiny improvements and tiny changes that all go in the right direction really add up over the long run. The second insight that I would like to share with you is the plateau of latent potential. This is a good reminder to me when I feel frustrated after working out and not seeing the effects on the scale, that the work that I put in isn't being wasted. The plateau of latent potential shows that the work that we put in might not bear the fruits on the very next day or the same week, but that the work that we invest towards it never goes wasted. My first and favorite tip on building good habits is called environment design, and it talks about priming your environment that it better suits your habits. For instance, I've been wanting to play my instruments more. I play the violin. And so instead of keeping it in the back shelf behind the door, I've now been keeping it right next to my desk so that I can see it and I think more often about it. And this has led me to play it more often than I would have played if it were kept back in behind the door. This is a good example of how small changes to our environment can remove the cues of bad habits and introduce the cues of good habits. For example, I like to be surrounded by books as well as a water bottle so that I'm reminded to drink a lot of water every day. The second useful tip has been the so-called joining the tribe. And this basically means joining a tribe of people where the behavior that you would like is already a normal. So for instance, for me, when I was struggling with doing regular exercise, I found that joining a running group helped a lot because the people there had tips and tricks of how to get around to run regularly, what to do on days where you didn't feel like it, and seeing everyone around me being motivated to run every day has helped me a lot to overcome this barrier of not wanting to run. My third tip is called, or not my tip, but the tip in the book is called friction management, and it speaks on how you can manage friction between you and your good habits as well as you and your bad habits, and so that you can shift yourself and set yourself up for success. Friction management basically means to reduce the friction between you and your good habits so that it's easier to get it done, and increase the friction between you and bad habits so that you're less likely to do them. For instance, one way of doing more exercise for me meant keeping my shoes ready as well as my workout outfit, preparing it the night before and keeping it right next to the bed. Some days I even sleep in my workout outfit just because it's that much easier to get up in the morning and not having to go the extra step of going to my wardrobe and picking out the workout outfit, but already having it on makes it easier to just get up and go for a run. The flip side of friction management, which means increasing the friction between you and bad habits, means introducing more obstacles between you and the bad habits. If you like a lot of snacks, this might involve removing snacks from your apartment altogether so that you would have to go to the store and get snacks if you wanted to eat them. This significantly increases the odds that you won't engage in the bad habit. My last tip, and this isn't really a tip, but it's more of a motivation booster, is to never miss twice. There have been days where I've missed out on my streaks or my habits, and where I previously used to kind of feel demotivated and spiral out of the habit, I've told myself to just get back into the habit as fast as I fell out of it. This means that if I miss one day of working out, one day of instrument practice, or of drinking enough water, instead of feeling bad about it, I just make sure that I catch up to it. That the next day I go for a run, I play the violin, or I drink enough water. That way, that one day of loss won't hurt me as much as if I spiral out of it entirely. And that's been all my favorite insights. Again, if you want to see the entire summary of the video, the entire summary of the book, go check out my blog post on my website. Thanks a lot for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please let me know in the comments down below how I can improve it. Like and subscribe, and see you until next week.